Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Oh, here we go. No cheesy gimmick intros this week. It's just me. Welcome back, everyone. It's Paul Richards. This is Milehouse Studios. I'm leaving that in the edit. There's some signs there. I'll do some swearing. This was made by my mate Kev. Let's make him famous, shall we? Bless him. I'll do some swearing. If you don't like it, off you fuck. That's fine. Right, pleasantries are finished. Right, I'm getting really good at this, lark. This is a fluff piece that was donated by Andrew Slocum. It's got wonderful handwriting. It's almost like a computer font. And he bought this somewhere, and it's a minger. He was going to set it up. And so, let's discuss what I know about this guitar, because as you know by now, it's usually fuck all. This is an Encore Les Paul. By all accounts, it should be bollocks. But even in the state it came to me, it's not. It's got a little bit of secret sauce. Bit of Uncle Secret Sauce. Get it out from between your teeth. So, this thing is pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with it. I broke a string downstairs being a bit vigorous. And I asked Mrs. Richards, I'm not a vigorous man. Slow and steady wins the race, gents. So I thought that the pickups are a little bit lackluster. They're a little bit not the bestest. So I'll give it that. I've got a broken, I can't find the switch tip. We've got a knob to replace, and the bridge and the tailpiece are a little bit crap. Now, all in all, a guitar of this standard, it's got some quite nice sausages, and it seemed to play all right. But we'll have a little look at the fretwork, shall we? Shall we have a look at the frets? Why not? It's a no frills bolt-on Les Paul, which I enjoy. It's got a little bit of a crack up here. It's got a little bit of a crack there, which does happen every now and again. It's probably had a prang somewhere. It doesn't seem to be terminal or going mad. So we'll have a little look at that. We're going to take it apart. I've got some upgrades for it. We're just going to do some upgrades, which I'll put in a pot somewhere. Wait, a subscriber actually sent me a set of Mr. Woman's anniversary humbuckers, which I'll put in my Black Chibson upgrade video, which you might want to watch if you've not already watched it. 15th anniversary neck, and this is 44 out of 50. Mr. Woman did actually send me 50 out of 50, but I'm saving them for something special. So I've got a set of these to put in, and they are fucking belters. Alnico 5 and Alnico 2, and there's some Alnikov magic going on in there. So they're going in. I've got some knobs, so we've got some replacement knobs, and I've actually got the tailpiece and bridge from an Epiphone, which are a little bit nicer. This is pitted and fucked, and it's made of elephant pubes, which have been shined up to a level beyond all pubage that you could possibly imagine. So let's get this thing taken apart. I might even show you some wiring. Fuck it, I will show you wiring today. I did have this comment, and yeah, I put it on Instagram for the fucker to get rinsed, but he did have a little bit of a point, even though he was a bit of a prick in the way he said it. So we'll do some closey-uppy bits. So I'm going to take it apart. I'm not going to film taking it apart, because I'll tell you what I found about taking guitars apart. It is horrendously boring, so you don't need to see that. So I'll see you back on the bench in 3, 2, 1. Or shall I do it that way? 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're back on. I'll give her a little bit of a wipe down. She's had a bath, hasn't she? Bless her. Just little rinse of the tuppy. Someone commented the other day and said, oh, what does LDF mean? Because I mentioned it in a previous video. Don't know what I'm doing with that. Long day fanny. When the vagine has got a tiny bit of elon, which I actually prefer. Fuck knows why I put that in a video. But I'll put it in there, and I'll leave it in there. Of course I will. Dirty bastard. Right, all the electriceries work on this thing. They worked fine downstairs. I tested out all the switching and all that sort of stuff. Can you see that there? Yeah. So we'll just take the cover plate off. I'm sure the pots are going to be tiny. Of course they will. But that's fine. This thing is battered and bruised. I've cleaned the spaff off it, and it looks like someone's creosoted in there. Lovely. Just how we like it. Now, we're going to disconnect these pickups. I've mounted my new ones in black pickup rings because I just thought they would look better. I'm going to keep I'm going to keep the cream ones, incidentally. Nothing else. I'm not keeping the pickups, and I'm not keeping the springs, and I'm not keeping the screws. But I will keep the pickup ringage. These are going in the bin. So I'm going to snip them. Bosh. That's that gone. I'm showing you more today. I'm keeping you involved. Ordinarily, I wouldn't snip them. But we're snipping them. Right, That one there, I'm going to mark with a bit of pen because that is the neck. So I'm going to put 4 little red dashes on there. You wanted more detail, you motherfuckers. In here, we're going to pull these out now. I'm just going to make sure I only pull 1 wire out. There you go. So that's our 3 marks. That is our bridge pickup. Piece of piss. So we've got earth and output. I need to put my glasses on. Can't fucking see. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm showing you a way of, because lots of people want to change their humbuckers. So this is a nice, easy way of not getting tripped up. I'm just going to put a B on that pot. Okay, so I know then when I put things back in, I'm just reconnecting onto there. God, the soldering on this thing's not wonderful. It's almost like I did it. All right, there you go. That's gone. So we know that's the bridge. And then naturally over here, we know that this is going to be our neck. So now it's just a case of putting the new in. If you've never done it before, Les Paul pickup rings they're fatter in the bridge than they are in the neck because we've got a 3-degree slant. Someone was thinking what they were doing. And I'm just going to give that a clean around the ring pieces before it goes back on. I think from the note, this was a charity shop guitar. So the person that owned this first might have only been able to masturbate after playing blues in D minor. So you have to be a little bit careful of the juices that you're going to find. That sounds a little bit crude, but it's facts. I'm spitting facts, not just jizz. So that's nice and clean. I've used a bit of finger blast from Axe Wax. So that's a tenner's worth of cleaning fluid there. Very, very nice. Warmanized in the UK, 15th anniversary neck. Well, I'm going to mark here that this is bridge because they're going to look very similar when we put them in. So again, I'm going to put my red pen on there so we know what's what. Marvellous. Now, I didn't have matching black screws there. I didn't have long enough ones. I'm kind of scraping the barrel a little bit for screws. When it comes to black ones, I need to order a load. This guitar is not going to be a beauty pageant winner. It's going to be an absolute barroom smasher. That's the whole point of this thing. It's going to be phenomenal. Oh, neck pickup is just going to reach. These humbuckers are splittable, so we need to just make sure that we cover up the coil. I'm not putting coil split in it. What do you fucking want from me? I'm not coil splitting these. I've just put a pair of humbuckers in that are worth more than this guitar. So absolutely no coil splittage required. But I will put some heat shrink on there because I'm not a psychopath. So I'm going to fold that one over. Bit of heat shrink. And I'll get it connected up. Hopefully you can pick this up with little Dave and you can see what's going on. Right, that should be it for pickups. Riveting TV, riveting. If you're still with me, you're fucking off your head. So here comes my little amp. We'll just do the usual tests. So we should be on bridge. Nothing on neck. Both. Perfect. Tones down. Everything works fine. Lovely jubbly. That's a rarity, isn't it? I normally fuck that right up. Right, knobs should just go on nice and easy. Everything on max. All of these parts have been donated, by the way. So if you ever want to donate anything, if you're feeling nice, feel free to follow the link below. My P.O. box address is down there. That bridge just about fits on there all right. It's not the best in the world, but it'll do. That bridge earth is doing fuck all sat there. That's just a shitty old bolt with the same thread as that. Works fine. If you drilled your holes nice and tight, fill your boots. Tailpiece fits on. Right, I've taken the tuners off because they are literally ready to fall apart. Absolute mung beans. I've got to turn the fan on because little Dave's getting warm. If my ruler starts rocking, it's not me, all right? It's not a ghost. Calm yourselves down. So if you remember a while ago, I actually purchased the blue Epiphone, of which I've still got the neck up there. It was an absolute piece of shit. But the tuners are like a variety of what's come out of this, and they are a bit better. Moderately better. It's like this is a super cheap version of a cheap tuner. Figure that out. Tight bastards. So let's get them screwed on. I'll bring little Dave in, shall I, for a bit of an holiday? Now fingers crossed they'll just go like for like and screw in. They look pretty close. The screw holes don't quite line up. They're so close. So we're going to have to re-drill them. God, they are a cod piece out. Right, I'm going to carry on drilling and screwing these. I'll see you when I've endured this process of bullshittery.
Year of those is late 1989. You can check out this episode right here if you want to know.
5 minutes later.
Right, pick guard back on. Oh, come on, Dave. What are you doing? Pick guard back on. There's a weird little spacer on this one. That's all looking fine. Now we've got to look at the frets. The bit I'm always trying to put off. Let's get it done then. Let's straighten the neck up. I'll bring you in. We might do a quick speedy uppy of the fretwork. You don't want to see fretwork every week. What I'll do in a future one is I will do a really detailed fretty video, and then all the future ones I'll say, if you really want to see how I level frets and tap them down, reference said video, and then you can see the order. I think that's how I'm going to play it. That's why the new Crimson ruler, I'm leaving that in. That's why the new Crimson ruler has got skinny tips. So you can't leave the fucker on there. You've got to hold it. And bend down and have a look. I was being lazy then. That's about as flat as I'm going to get that neck. Can you see that all right? If I've got, you're in there, Dave. That's good. Right, let's do the Rocky Rockerson. Now, what I'm going to say after I've blown my nose, because I can feel a drip come in. You know, sometimes you got a really bad cold, and you catch yourself and you blow a snot bubble, like a 4-year-old kid. I went and did a quote once. I used to run a kitchen business, and I went and did a quote once, and Mrs. Richards won't mind me saying, the woman I went to see and to price for a kitchen was what would be classified as a worldie. She was a phenomenally beautiful young woman, and I had a bit of a cold, and when I was talking to her, I felt a snot bubble burst in my nose. Now, that's interesting because I didn't know if it was an external event or an internal event, but I was looking her right in the fucking eye when it happened. So picture that. It was, I can remember at the time thinking, I cannot wait to tell my mates because that is hilarious. Anyway, I'm digressing. These frets look like they've been worked on by a previous owner. So even though this is a basher, it played really well downstairs. Not perfectly, but the fret ends are pretty good and the frets all look in good condition. Better condition than you would get on an Encore, yeah? And it's no surprise, I've got a significant rock there. I mean, it's an old guitar as well, so you can't judge an old guitar. Right, I'm just going to literally clean these up now and the board with what is essentially like an 800 to 1000 grit soft pad. Right, little Dave's just overheated, so I'm going for a coffee. Why not? Right, so we've got to do a bit of fretalization. I know it's boring, but if you haven't bought one of these, go and buy one. The link's below. It's brilliant. No mess. Polish your frets. Polish your frets up. You can say it in an Irish accent. It's funny. I've been made aware recently, before I get stuck into this and do a speedy uppy, because let's face it, it's quite boring watching me wank off a fret. Someone has explained to me that you can now hype a video on YouTube. Have you ever heard about that? Sounds like a bit of a young man's move, doesn't it? Hyping a video. It's not just liking, it's not just watching to the end, it's not following a link at the end to watch another video. You have to now hype a video so that YouTube thinks you like it. Personally, the only thing I'll get hyped about at the age of 44 is maintaining an erection for 10 minutes. So if you want to hype my video, that might bring me untold riches. It might bring me fuck all, which I imagine that's probably what's going to happen. Right, 1500, let's get polishing. Use a fretboard protector if it's your guitar. I'm not going to bother because this is a basher. And I'm actually quite skilled with the fretilizer nubbin now. The local school's kicking out and it's a little bit rough around here. And there's some proper fucking mung beans walking past, beating their chest. Not the cleverest bunch. They like to throw things and start fires and that. That's what kids do, innit? They're only young. I'd beat the fucking living shit out of them if they were mine. But there you go. Yep. Someone's played this. It's been looked after. This is not a shit guitar. I know it's battered and it's cheap, but it's not shit. It's got great bones. I've got a bit of a soft spot for this one. Well, I'm not doing anything else to that. That is pretty cool. It's an absolute basher, ugly as fuck, but I'm going to string it up and we're going to take it downstairs and I'm going to attempt to make it sound nice. I reckon it's going to be rather marvellous. When the cameras are off, I'm going to use various tools and measuring devices to set this up. But I'm not filming it today. I can't be bothered. And I ain't got time. And you've seen it many, many times. We do setup in other videos. I don't cover everything in every video because it's boring, repetitive. It's like being married for 25 years. Ooh, that was close to the bone, wasn't it? I'll tell you what's not close to the bone. The wife, very often. I love Mrs. Richards. I really do. She's a phenomenal woman. But I do rip the piss endlessly. Well, what do you know? An absolute belter of a Les Paul. Completely fucking knackered. Bargain basement, dirty bin, skip guitar. Basically, if you're going to sum it up. The charity shop dirt box. That's what we're going to call this one in the title. If I'm going to sum this up in one word, and no one's ever asked me to do that, and I don't know why I've just thought it might be a good idea, but I'm just going to sum this up as fun. It's a no shits given beast, isn't it? If you want to have a go at what I'm doing, and that's what so many of you message in and say, mate, you've inspired me to sort my guitars out, polish my frets. I even got the wife over the line the other week. This is a £50 just shithouse, isn't it? If you drop a ruler on this, no one's going to care. And you will drop things on your guitars. You will, especially when you start out, because all lessons, like the way I learn them, are best learned the hard way, even though it's harder. But we do, because we're men and we're stupid. I know there's 6 women that watch. Hi, ladies. Thanks for watching. You must be unhinged as fuck. But more the merrier. Love it. Anyway, special wave. Oh, I've got one more thing to do on this, which I forgot to do when I was setting it up. And Dario have sent me a present. Luke at Dario has sent me some friction remover because he knows I'm a prolific wanker. No, it's not why he sent it, but I was moaning about the price of Big Bender nut sauce. I'm literally just going to lubricate my nut. Here's a little tip from me. When you're taking strings out of nuts, if you try and do it here, it's fucking hard, all right? Grab the string down here and work your way up. And then you can pull the string out the way. You can put a teeny bit of nut sauce in, like that. Lift it. Lovely. Start, rinse, repeat. That is literally semen in a syringe. So it is basically nut sauce, isn't it? Specifically designed for albinos in workshops. Love it. Thank you, Luke. Say hello to Luke, everyone, in the comment section, because he's a lovely guy. I have got a soundbite of him being particularly rude, but I agreed never to let it surface because the boy commands a little bit of self-respect. So I don't know why he fucking hangs around with me, but there you go. See you later, everyone. Special wave. I am off. Saturday, we started a new running club. Here's the boys. Oh, fucking bunch of legends. Men's mental health. We talk shit to each other and waffle bollocks. Nothing of any consistency or any significance, but we just do it while we're out of breath and incapable of talking sense. If you've got a mate you haven't heard from for a while and they've had a bit of shit going on in their life, give them a fucking ring, all right? Just give them a ring, not a text, all right? That's easy to turn the phone over. Give them a ring. Be a persistent prick. I'm a persistent prick. That's how I'm married to Mrs. Richards. Love you.
you can